Getting to that point where it's just hot. Hot. Got called into work today. It was only for 4 hours. The main reason was to meet the regional manager. I don't know. Uh, People were terrified, I guess, when he was coming. But when I met the guy, I was just like, oh yeah, no, he's just someone that's higher up than you guys. That's just doing his job. And if you guys do your job within reason, he seems like a fair guy. So just like most bosses are. I can imagine that. You know? Because he treated me nice, like he liked me. So I don't understand why people are afraid because they don't, they're fucking us so much. I mean, wrong back. Man, I don't get it because most bosses are not all like, ooh, scary. The only reason why you're going to be afraid of your boss is if you're not what you're doing, or the fact that he actually is and ends up being a dick. But no, he was just an older guy. Comes into my department like 3 minutes after I clock in. I get there, I said, "Hey, what's up? Here's the story." See all the dishes in the sink. And we have a 3 compartment sink, no actual mechanical dishwasher. Everything's washed by hand. And he was like, okay, I know this sounds a little messed up, but this is kind of like how he likes it. He likes to see this setup. 3 minutes later, and meanwhile, mind you, I'm thinking like, don't you think he'd rather just see them clean, And 3 minutes later, he comes in, and he's like, what is this? You guys knew I was coming. Why are there so many dishes in the sink? And I'm just like, oh, you guys are in trouble. So, and he turns to me and he says, hi, my name's such and such, and it's because he saw me that I was starting on the dishes and stuff like that. He probably knew I just clocked in because he wasn't getting on my case. And yeah. And even then, like the people who he was talking to, he wasn't even that mad at them at all. He was just being fair. He wasn't being a dick. He was like, hey, you guys knew I was coming. How come there's dishes in the sink? Like, that makes sense. Uh, so they apologized to him. And then after that, he was just all cool, from what I understand. Each department goes by a grading scale. Of course, mine passed because our team overall is actually really, really strong compared to any other team in the building. But it's just weird. Like, just do what needs to be done, and then if there's any mistakes, tell them how you're trying to fix it. And lo and behold, we didn't have any. And I think there was one girl that failed her own department. She was like, I'm not in trouble because I was by myself, but technically, yes, I did fail. But he's not penalizing me or anything like that. I'm like, still seems kind of harsh, but maybe he's just trying to teach you something. And she's like, oh no, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's a really nice guy. And I'm like, okay, at least you agree. you know. Yeah, I don't fear bosses. I pick up their brain if I can. You know, it's because like they know they've been there. So 9 times out of 10. Forgive my hair for being like this because walking back was sweaty. Never mind about work. I got two of these. Um, this is another story after work because I've been working a lot more than I thought I was. So I was just like, I can spend X amount of dollars. I got two of these. Um, it was weird because I went for the other one, the Hurricane, and it was like, oh, that's $6.99. And I did argue. I was like, well, you guys' tax is $5.99, but if you want, I could put these back and just grab the other one. He was like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay. So I grabbed this one, the same damn thing. And he's like, okay, so two of these comes out to $10.98 after tax. I'm like, something wrong here. You know? Something's up. Something was up because these are the same damn thing, except these are like 24 ounces and the other ones were 25 ounces. So I don't understand, but I don't make the rules. I only go by what I know. I try not to overthink people. You know what? If there just comes a point in time where you just say it is what it is. I'll be more than happy to just spend only $10 when usually I spend a lot more than that now. Just got a notification now. Ooh. But yes, it is sweaty in California. Shout outs to Drewski for giving me ideas of what to do about like getting an AC here. Although inside it's not bad. I think I just like even some like some air circulation would be great. So just because I'm my work is very I sweat at the end and then get home sweaty. My laundry's damp with sweat, and then it creates kind of like a staleness to the air. So if it just like rotates, or I open the window, but even if and on top of that, if I have something that rotates through the air, if you know what I mean, that would just like take care of that, and then cool down the room a little bit too. But whatever. It's whatever. I'm kind of glad because I get paid. I have the option to get paid daily, and I was kind of waiting on that because I was like, oh man, I kind of want to buy this and that. Now I'm glad I didn't wait because I don't want to spend any money other than what I have to until after my rent's paid. So, but it is peculiar how it hasn't popped up yet. But if it doesn't pop up by tomorrow morning, then I get to make a complaint to make sure I get paid for the 8 hours that I worked. Not talking about today, but um, the app works different. Aside from the time we were last, I remember the last time I had you. You were the coldest thing in this room. There, next to it, water cup. I am thankful that I live in a house that has a fridge with an ice machine. Fucking love ice. Didn't want that to happen. But it could have been a lot worse. It sounded like it was going to be, but that's why I covered it. And now it's clean. And when the hand smells like it, ugh. I would say the same thing about just about anything that I drink, like Pepsi or Mountain Dew. Some got on the hand of it, ew. You got high school girl, ew, that's gross. Maybe I should try out my hair. Anyways. That's the first one I had in about 10 days. Oh. Who is hitting me up on Instagram? Oh. Yeah, weeding. I did eat. I did eat before that, which I'm happy I did because, yeah. I don't like the feeling of getting messed up. Just to feel relaxed. As it should be. Dump that at work tomorrow until 3 p.m., but I gotta work tomorrow regardless. kind of going against our rule, but these things they're fine. I could have gotten like the 12 pack of natural ice, but nah, nah, nah. Would have been like slightly cheaper. Well, no, because I had to pay for CRV a little bit more. But that's going into like nickels and dimes. But yeah, I had this TV dinner, so I got to make sure I'm on my toes. But on sale is like a mac and cheese pepperoni pizza thing. Pretty fucking good. Like when you're in a pinch. I bought it because it was only like $3 and it looked interesting, so I was like, fuck it. Not bad. Not bad. I don't think I'd buy it again, but who knows? I only get the craving for pizza once in a while. Because it's very sweet because of the sauce. So I like them more with the savory flavors. And of course, I'm on here to burn time. Pretty much to burn time. Voorhees was on when I was at work. I was like, oh man, I'll be on once I get home. But those fools stream it sporadically. I kind of feel like, and maybe this is bad for me to think. I kind of feel like eDoorDash is enough to afford beer. So, um, not that I'm hating on it. If you can live that way, you can live that way. But let's see if I can do it back to back. Again, that's ice water. So just go back and forth. I remember when I first got this room about 3 weeks ago or so, when my friend dropped off that computer. I had four of the Voodoo Rangers, and he's like, "I'm not gonna lie to you, I can smell the alcohol on you." I'm like, I only had 4 beers." And he's like, "Really?" Well, yeah. It's really rating you for my board already. I mean, he was like, "Yeah, it's kind of." I don't mind it. I'm just letting you know. Like, all right, well, thanks. But I was able to talk with him and stuff like that. Like I was completely coherent. It's rather fucking interesting. Oh, sometimes that happens. But when I also got this place, I went pretty fucking hard. And surprisingly, how hard I went, nobody else in the house knew. Like they knew I was, it, but they didn't know how much or anything like that. Because they're just like, well, he's not bothering anybody. He's not being loud past curfew. So it's whatever. What do you mean it's whatever? It's whatever. Okay, now I feel a little bit slightly. But something tells me, and I gotta be pretty careful about it. Should I get my deposit? It could be like I gotta refuse to use it. I remind myself to keep it light tonight. So this is a treat. Real good. Pick it up many, many hours. So um, so I would be in such a tight spot. And now I'm like a good amount ahead. Anyway, fun times, man. Should get you fat. Anyway, yeah.